Alright, gonna fuck around a bit at night with third-person camera. See how it is. This is the Kaohsiung Library, by the way, which is super nice. And it's lit up very nice. It's relatively new. And it looks so nice at night. And now we're gonna go off elsewhere. Hopefully my gain on my mics is okay, so you're not getting too much wind. Because I'm gonna be going on the faster side, and the wind can be a problem. Or fast as a Brompton with a front bag, which is on air as all fuck. Will allow me. It's about 9 o'clock on a Saturday night in Kaohsiung, southernmost big city of Japan. Not Japan, Taiwan. Sorry, I just moved from Japan. Used to be the second largest city in Taiwan, now it is the third since Taichung, in the middle of the east or west coast rather, overtook it. So I got my camera on a collapsible aluminum rod. Because it's collapsible, it makes some noise, unfortunately. It sounds bad behind you, but I think it's not wavering too much. Come on, buds. Christ. I'll go around at relatively high speed for a Brompton. I'm probably gonna gas out, and my lapel mic's gonna give more breathing sound than I want, but we'll see. Got a mic in my lapel and on my helmet, but I just found out that for whatever reason the lapel mic gets way less wind sound, whereas the helmet mic, it's in the crevice of like, you know, the ridges of the helmet. I thought that would be pretty good with wind, but reality is that for some damn reason it's terrible wind sound. I guess just because it's higher, but I don't know. There's guys like Terry Berenstein who make videos, and his like video setup, I have a similar helmet mount to his. Actually, the helmet I'm wearing right now, if you see it, it's got a little tripod on it to hold a mini gimbal, or basically the same sort of helmet mounted gimbal that Terry Berenstein has. And he noted that he put his microphone in the ridges of his helmet like that. So I thought it would work well. Not for me though. I think actually because he has a sort of microphone that it's an Omni mic, but then it's somehow pointed away. Oh, what's that in the background? But it's somehow pointed not towards the front, but the way he has it mounted is pointed upwards. So it's not getting blown the wind right directly into it, I'm guessing. Come on, I want to make this light. Yeah, boy. Oh, damn. Central Park is lit the hell up. Not sure why. So this is, in front of us, the Central Park of Kaohsiung, which they're having some event here, I guess, which I didn't know about. Cool thing about Taiwan is that But recently bars and stuff, or bars and restaurants are not open that late. But they have that night market culture. So a lot of stuff, they have a lot of events and things that are open like late. I think it's 9, 10. And in some places, you wouldn't have these like events open that late. But in Taiwan you do. I don't know what this is. I don't really think it's worth going by per se. Looks like it was just sort of farmers market kind of stalls. I don't think there's that much else to see. I'm gonna go right on. That's Central Park Station on the left there, by the way. Whoa! It's more of a bump than I thought. Yeah, I'm gassing a bit. Should I go up above the bridge? The biggest night market in the city is across the bridge and up a bunch. It's kind of far. How far is it? It's 5 kilometers. Which isn't that far, but yeah, I might as well go up there. It's a nice route. Going to the bridge is pretty cool too. I made a video where I went, tooled around there on a fixie, but it was a chest mounted cam. So pretty different setup. The bridge though, the bridge is actually fairly steep. And I have not ridden much, so my cardio is garbage. So we'll see just how well I can take that. Whew. Also earlier I took some footage and the mic was like perfect. The chest mic, or the lapel mic if you will. But at that time, it wasn't going so fast, so we'll see. I guess you can't see it, but in front of me, my audio recorder and stuff is all in the giant Brompton bag. I think this is the biggest one you can buy. The biggest, like, official one. I don't know. I actually bought this Brompton used in Japan for a decent price, like 14 mon, Japanese yen, so I think it's like 1,200 US, which isn't like cheap, but it was like a 2017 model. I bought it in 2019, something like that. Not bad. With lights and a bag and stuff, so probably could have argued him down more, but I was fairly happy with the price I got. But anyway, it came with the biggest Brompton bag, which is pretty nice. It's kind of become my main commuting bike. Is this green? Is no one going just because, or what? Or is there a separate light somewhere? Oh, it's that one. I'll show me. Come on, boy. What's it do? This is interesting. This bridge, what they do is they have like equal amounts of scooter and car traffic. So they have the cars go, and then the scooters go in turns. Now technically bikes can go up. This is kind of a slog, but I'll do it so you can see. Yeah, you see this red for the cars and green for the bikes. And this lane on the right here is just for bikes and stuff. I believe that bikes can go up. Hope I'm not breaking the law. It could be. Either way, it's steep. It sucks. Especially in Brompton with luggage. Ooh. Oh. This goes over the main train station. On a road bike, I can keep up with the bikes, with the motorcycles as well. Scooters though. Not in Brompton. Not uphill. Come on. Oh, problem is though, if you don't go fast enough, you miss the green to the bottom of it. You gotta stop, which sucks. So I gotta make that. Whew. Not bad. Come on, boy. Don't turn red on me. There you go. Close enough for Taiwan. In Taiwan, yellow means speed up. I'm so out of shape, Christ. Oh yeah. Right now we're going up kind of the main road up the middle of Kaohsiung. Up towards, I think you can see that blue lit tower in the distance. I think that's where we're going. I'm not sure. No, I think it's beyond that actually. Going to the Hanshin supermarket. That's the supermarket, the department store. Oh, that guy's got a scooter. You don't see the electric scooters, or the electric, how do you say? Like scooters are like the motorized ones, like the ones you see everywhere. But they're like kickboard style ones. You don't see those often. Like the guy in front of me. Still gassed. Christ. Yeah, it should be here. Oh, they took that fucking car. Go, mate. Go. Go. What the fuck are you doing? He's definitely on his cell phone. I think. Someone was. So here we're crossing over Love River, which is a big river that goes kind of up the west side of Kaohsiung and then turns over the east. And this is where the main road, the center of it, crosses. A nice view from up there, kind of, but most of the roads. So by the way, right now we're on the scooter-specific lane, if you will. This is why everyone is a scooter or a bike. But then cars can come in here if they want to turn right. So instead of turning right from the center car lanes, they may be smashing scooters or having a hard time getting over. They turn into scooter lanes. They become turn lanes for cars. Normally they're just scooter-specific lanes. And the police. We're gonna be cool. We're gonna attract the attention of the police. Not that I would. With a giant fucking stick. Now we're getting up towards the sort of nightlife area. Just nearby a department store, the aforementioned Hanjin department store. Also nearby is a bunch of the kind of foreigner-oriented pubs. Also the largest night markets. Usually when I'm taking these videos, I'm actually checking my camera from time to time to see if the gimbal's working properly, but it's not acting weird. But this time I'm not, because fuck it. So hopefully you're getting some decent video. Try and pass this guy. Over to the left there is the big department store, but I'm going to take a left over here. So like to the front left is the department store. Take a left and try and go to the night market. this the right turn off? There's the next one. Ooh, it's the next one, isn't it? Yeah. Never mind. Next turn off to the left. Let me go and take the sidewalk like a pedestrian. Take it chill. This guy's drunk. Which, to be fair, is 9:30 on a Saturday. Good for him. I don't know how you can see that, but over there is the blue ad is a political ad for the KMT, the Kuomintang mayoral candidates. So Kaohsiung recently voted out its mayor, who is seen as sort of like a Taiwanese Trump, kind of a very popularist mayor, but with I don't know. I don't want to say too much because I don't know that much about his experience. But what he did, which was as soon as he got the position of mayor, he went and started campaigning for the position of prime minister of Taiwan, which is kind of shitty because he never really did much here, and then he lost the prime minister race by a landslide. And he seems very conservative, liked by people who support the Kuomintang and almost nobody else. The Kuomintang, by the way, are the old political party who were the original sort of in mainland China. It was the Kuomintang was the communists in the 40s and 50s, and the Kuomintang, the nationalists, of course, lost. They came over, but then they basically had a military dictatorship here in Taiwan. So people disliked them for that. At the same time, some older people, they were really shitty to a lot of people, but they were very, very good to some people, such and so on. So they still have a surprising amount of sport despite being literally previously the head of an authoritarian dictatorship, essentially. Right, this, by the way, is a school over here to the right. And what some schools do is on weekends, they rent out their parking lots if they're nearby night attractions. So this here on the right, as you saw, when there's cars going there, it's a school most of the time, but on weekends it literally becomes a pay-per-use parking lot. Because there's no kids on the weekends, you might as well make some money off it, right? Which is actually pretty cool. So right here is the Ruithing night market, which is the largest night market in the city. Too crowded for me to go inside or anything, but you can see, I'll do a loop around it, you can see just how many people there are. And mind you, this is Taiwan during the COVID crisis, but Taiwan has beat it. There's been no domestic transmissions for a long time. It's an island nation, they can cut it off fairly easily. And people kind of get to live the benefits of that by walking around. And moreover, when there was still threat of domestic transmission, people actually put on masks, such and so on. And they did their best to actually follow government directives. The day actually is relatively uncrowded. Usually around here, this crossing, every time it opens, it's like solid people. There's less people today, I think because it's been threatening rain all day, because there's actually a typhoon just passed by, so it's been windy and kind of threatening rain. Oops. Is that not supposed to turn there? I don't know. Let's do a little thing. So the whole night market area here isn't that big. It's just really, really dense. And it's also a small street, so I can't go on with a bike. But I will show what I can. A little loop around. Whoa, fuck me. Yeah, you gotta be careful of people getting out of their cars. Even in Taiwan, where there's constantly scooters going back and forth, people sometimes do not look as much as they should. But they get out of their car doors. I'm going, I think this is the turn to the left over there. Takes me down a side street and gets me back to the other side of the night market. Like I said, it's not that big. Here's the next street. thought it was from here. Yeah, it's probably it, that small street down there. A quick loop around. German Soul. Nice. I did not know there was a German restaurant. I may need to check that out. Oh, we got a green. I think this is the right side street. Could be totally off. But anyway, this is what the side streets of Taiwan look like in some areas. Ah, it's not the one I thought of, because there's a dead end there. There's nothing there, there's no buildings. Oh. Maybe. Aha. It's this street over here. Need to go one more. About the same difference. Don't get hit by the cars going the other way. Sorry for going on the wrong way, bros. Probably is. Might be totally wrong. Alright, I'll go down there.
Hi, how are you?
These people are friendly, if kind of annoying. He's probably drunk too, Christ. Sylvie. I can't say shit, I had a couple of beers before this. The thing about talking when you're riding a bike is the wind dries out your throat something fierce. Like real bad, actually. So it's surprisingly uncomfortable to talk. Yeah, left and left. I'm not wrong. I could have taken the street before, I think. This area is actually kind of outside of my usual stomping grounds, so don't go here much. Yeah, and this takes us back, and then this street up here to the left should take us to the other side of the night market. Like I said, the night market here is not that big. It's not like Taipei, where you have really sprawling ones. But you know what? It's enough. It's enough for us, and we like it. Fruit store. Yeah, Taiwan, a lot of fruit is actually grown in Taiwan. Not surprising, because it's basically summertime all the time. It's like prime fruit growing environment all the damn time. So naturally people do so. And it's good and relatively cheap. Yeah. It's even kind of the other side of the night market. So like over there is where we turned right. I'm gonna take you past the night market, then I'm gonna go up by the department store, so you can see. I guess it's the biggest department store in Kaohsiung, which would also make it one of the bigger ones in Taiwan. Kaohsiung being, of course, the third largest city in Taiwan. Any day now, bros. Go. What you doing, man? What you doing? Go if you're gonna go. With the guy going the wrong way. And cars turning in. Typical sort of Taiwan traffic. Actually, this is If anything, this is quite nice. I'm gonna cut this guy off here. Right. If anything, this is pretty nice for Taiwan. Because in Kaohsiung, actually, the rules are the scooters actually have to stay. Come on, don't pull out of me. The scooters actually have to stay on the right side. Whereas in Taipei, it is a free-for-all. Like, it's not enforced much, but if you're really blatantly just going along the middle car routes, it's technically not allowed in Kaohsiung. Whereas in Taiwan, it is allowed. Hold on, let me go over here and give you a view. Boom. Yeah. So this is what it's like. So you see stuff like this and you think everyone, like, even now, like maybe half, a third of the people are wearing masks. They don't really have to, there's not a directive, but they just do. Even when there wasn't COVID, a fair amount of people wear a mask if they don't feel well, or for a variety of reasons. But obviously Taiwan would be prime breeding ground for something like COVID, or of course SARS beforehand. But because all the Asian nations experienced SARS and went through that, and went through like a trial run of COVID, if you will, they were much more prepared, and their typical people had already kind of dealt with the concept of needing to wear masks, unlike as we're seeing in some places elsewhere, namely the US. Not to point fingers, but yeah, the US. Let me stay on the side actually. Ooh. Stay on this side. Go up by the department store. We'll come back around, and while I'm at it, I'm going to show the typical foreigner drinking haunts. I'd be very tempted to go in, so I'll probably abstain. I'm trying to be good. Pardon me, bro. Yeah, so this on the left here is just basically an open field. I don't think it's an actual track. There's people running inside it. I think there's actually a track around the outside of it, but it's not in and of itself a track. Yeah, there's a walking trail, but I think that basically it's land someone bought, and it's really in an extremely central location. They're probably just waiting for it to get more valuable than sell it, presumably, or develop it. And this over here is the Hanshin department store. We're going to come up on it. I'll go around the outside of. It's the same Hanshin, mind you, as in Osaka in Japan. Because, of course, Taiwan was a Japanese colony for like 1895 to 1945, so exactly about 50 years. And despite no longer being a colony, of course, there was still a lot of Japanese economic development, including things like this, the Hanshin department store. Well, it wasn't this at the time, but basically Hanshin, which is a big department store company, had already had developments here. It closes down relatively early. Not many people now, but you go at different times and it's packed solid. There's also a nice Japanese bookstore up top, which are like, I speak Japanese. I don't want to lose it all, so I like to look there and occasionally read some Japanese stuff. Because otherwise I don't use Japanese much at all here. There's monks as well. And now I'm going to take you around these there's a park where there's the expat pubs. The expat pubs, usually the expat pubs in most places are quote-unquote Irish pubs, frequently not actually frequented by Irish, but anywhere you go in Asia, you can find, if you want sort of a Western drinking establishment, you can have Irish pubs. Sorry, bud. This guy kind of waited up for me. You know, I actually thought this place was totally closed. I guess just the car park that's closed. You can have, anywhere in Asia, you can find an Irish pub, quote unquote. How authentic Irish they are is up for debate, but they exist. But for some reason in Taiwan, there's a lot that are quote unquote Canadian pubs. Where I think ultimately comes back to there's lots of Taiwanese Canadian citizenship, because in the past, I guess they changed the laws, but in the past Canadian citizenship was relatively easy to get as long as you had money. Like you could pay X amount of money and go there for 4 years, which just happens to be how long it takes to go through university and get citizenship. So lots of Taiwanese, or nowadays their parents and stuff, went to Canada for 4 years for university, got citizenship. Same with Hong Kong as well. Basically all the sort of Asian countries with enough money went and got citizenship. More recently, of course, mainland China is the biggest user of that. Now the place I'm looking for are over here somewhere. Wow, bro. Wow, bro. People are indeed noticing my camera setup, and to be fair, it is not easy to not notice. Sorry. Like I said, my throat gets super dried out. I also didn't bring water in this at all. Go here. I'm gonna wait. Don't want to overdo it. So right over there, kind of beyond these buildings, is a park around which is all the sort of expat pubs. And off we go. So nice. Boom. Ooh, sorry. And over here on the left is the park I was referring to, and then like over here, this place to the right is the lighthouse, a major kind of foreign hangout, I suppose. Relatively empty right now, but actually usually it tends to get more busy like late, like 10 to 11. Which, well, depending upon what city you're from, that may be later or not. But, and then over here we have Foster Hewitt's, the, as I noted, Canadian pub. Just let me swing on by there to the park here. And of course, on the weekends you'll have people kind of drinking out in the pub here, which to my knowledge is legal. I don't think it's illegal. Like I said, it's rather early for actually drinking in this city. To the point where, why is there so many kids out? It's kind of weird to have this many kids out at 9:45, almost 10 o'clock at night. But it's a Saturday, what you gonna do? Boom. Alright. So that has been a little tour up from down to the south part of Kaohsiung, up the main road to the biggest night market And finally, as all foreign city tours should end, ending up at the local Western Pops. Cheers.